Welcome home, everyone. Jerrel here. I wanted to share a new instrument with you. I just had this sent over from Sweden. These are a beautiful, fantastic old instrument. It's called a Harpeleik. It's a type of zither. This particular one has 8 chords, but it's not playable at the moment. Zithers by nature were never really designed to withstand the test of time, particularly when they were created in a particular era. So in the 1800s, early 1900s, they were made out of materials that weren't necessarily ever going to last decades and decades, much less 100 years or more. So generally when I see zithers from the 1800s, early 1900s, they're in rough shape. This is quite common to see. You see there's been significant warping. I suspect there has been a degree of water damage, improper storage. It's likely this may have been sitting in a barn or somewhere where maybe rainwater had leaked onto it to have caused that sort of separation. And also it's hardened, so that you would not be able to clamp that without causing it to crack and snap and be destroyed entirely. The transfers that are on here that sort of show the graphics are peeling, which is going to make it very tough to clean this because as I clean it, it's going to be nearly impossible to avoid causing the paint to chip and peel even further. There are significant cracks along the back. You can see it's split a fair bit, and there's a crack running through the middle here. But what is good about this particular specimen is that along the tuning pegs here, there are no structural cracks or damage, which means that I don't have to do any work up here. That's great. That means that the tuning pegs will hold tune and they won't cause significant further damage to the instrument. So to fix this up, what I will have to do, I'll have to remove all the strings, of course. I'm going to take detailed pictures of the graphics that are on here. You know, potentially you could use computer software to sort of create what it should look like, and you can create new transfers to fix that. I don't think I'll be doing that on this instrument. I want to make it playable, so I won't be taking it that far in this particular case. This isn't going to be a showpiece or anything. I want this to be used so I can use it in performances and recordings. What I will have to do is remove this the plate, remove the strings. I may even have to remove all of the tuning pegs, and what I'll do is carefully clean it and then steam the instrument so I introduce moisture to it carefully so that I can actually clamp this and have that glued along the edge here, have that flush. Again, what I will have to do is make sure I can keep these cracks shut, glued. I'm not going to remove this plate here for risk of doing further damage. These are very fragile instruments to begin with. So those major cracks, I'm going to let glue seep into there and then clean up the back and just see how it holds. It's going to take significant work to flatten that out. But if I, again, introduce moisture and steam it, I'll very carefully and gradually try to clamp all of that together. Now, what I will do with restringing these, I've got new strings, but these bass strings, I've replaced the bass strings on these zithers before, and they tend to not sound right. So I don't know exactly how these are made, but these sound right. So what I'm going to do is recondition the bass strings, get them cleaned up very, very deep and nice cleaning to them. And I'm going to replace all the other strings. I generally use Lyre strings to replace them because they tend to be lighter gauge. And what I will do is replace them, but the gauges will be much lighter gauge, and then I'll tune them to different notes so that they are appropriate for the gauge strength they are, but overall there's going to be significantly less tension on the instrument because I'm using much lighter gauge strings, and I'm just tuning them to different notes, but they'll still be the notes that are in the chord. I've done that with an ale zither from the 1880s, and it really sounds fantastic, and there's no more further stress or damage to that instrument because I've introduced significantly less string tension. So that's what I'll be doing with this instrument as well. And since I'm likely going to removing all the pegs, I may give them a deep cleaning as they are a bit rusted. It might be nice to have them a bit shiny as well. And again, I'm concerned about the paint peeling from the transfers. I don't see a way where I can clean this and not cause further damage, which is really unfortunate, but a lot of it is already flaking and peeling up. You know, a minor breeze is going to remove that paint there. So I'm just going to work as carefully as I can, try to preserve as much as I can. It's just unfortunate that it's in a bit of a rough shape, but it's fixable. So the Harpeleik is a zither that was invented in Sweden. They generally have robust, deep, rich chords because, as you can see, we have, well, for example, on this chord we have 4 and 3, that's 7. This has 6, 6, 5, 6. So they're comprised of quite a few notes ranging, or pitches ranging from across an octave, because we also have these here, you know, so it's, you know, that one has 7 already there, but then it also has these two here. Those have 6, but then it has 3 here. So they're very deep, rich chords that cover a wide range of pitches, so they really sound fantastic. The ale zither that I've got really sounds great. It's got such a beautiful, complex sparkle to it, and I suspect this Harpeleik will have a similar appeal, but with an even broader range, since it has even more to cover in terms of the notes that will be in your chords. So I'm looking forward to that, and yeah, please check in again soon if you would like to see more of this after I have it all fixed it up, and I'll be using it in the soundtracks that I compose, and I'll be playing more music. You know, I play in music clubs throughout the week, so I've been thinking about just uploading some songs and playing. I'm not a YouTuber. I'm not a content creator, so it doesn't bother me. You know, don't click the like button, don't click subscribe, because I'm not a YouTuber. I'm a normal guy, and I just want to share cool stuff with you. I think this is really neat. I just want to share it with you, so I hope that you enjoyed that. Anyway, please take care of yourselves. I have more cool antique stuff that I've ordered that I'll be repairing and making playable. So take care, everyone. I'll see you around. Come home again soon.